Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's about 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast, and I want to talk to you once again. I want to do another edition of my housing crisis shortage. In today's video, I want to talk about the real fear and anxiety of the situation I'm in right now. I want to show you where I'm at. We're about day 4 here. I was notified officially that I would have to leave Wednesday about noon. That was on the 26th. Today is Sunday the 30th. I was hoping just to be able to relax for a day or two. I was kind of running around nonstop as soon as I heard the news to realtors, packing, cleaning. I wanted to rest just for a day, and I can't even. I'll explain to you the whole feeling, the anxiety of this in a second, but let's see what else I want to say first. I want to say that this video isn't, I don't want to put, it's not like I'm trying to make a bad guy or, make somebody the bad guy in this story or whatever. The reason I'm making this video is because there is a serious, very real housing crisis, housing shortage crisis right now, which I saw all of you guys' comments and they keep growing. And you guys are feeling the same thing I am. And there's so many more people out there, and with the eviction moratorium once again ending on June 30th. I got to think this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So I found a niche here. At first, you guys, I didn't even think I was going to talk. I was going to try not to talk about this, seeing it was a personal issue of mine. I didn't want to air my dirty laundry, so to speak. And then I realized that I couldn't just sit here and talk about politics as usual and pretend like something big wasn't going on in my house, And I was shocked at the views I started getting. The views are increasing still, the comments and everything. And there's a real need for a conversation out there on this. All right, let me take you around. So I wanted to just sit and relax a little bit. Yeah, I already started taking down my artwork, and I'll take you around a little tour quick. I want to point out, too, I've rented this place for 6 years. There's not one mark. I got to say, I'll pat myself on the back. I am a great tenant. I'll show you around. The place is in remarkably good condition, too. Let me fill you in quick first. This is the story. About 2 or 3 years ago, I love my current landlord. They treat me good. It's a couple. I almost feel like family. We've had a good rapport right from the very beginning. They told me that they were going to put it for sale and move to Florida. Then the pandemic came. Nothing really happened up until about March of this year. And then they told me that there was a buyer. And the buyer wanted me to stay. This was just in March, just about 2 months ago. The buyer wants me to stay. I met the buyer. I loved him. Great. I get to stay here for years. This was just a couple months ago. The buyer's banking fell through, and the deal was thrown off. And the house it was put back on the market in April, and another buyer came along, and they don't want me to stay. And this I wasn't even sure of this until just 4 days ago. And then I just got notified that, yes, the new owner is approved, they're buying it, and they don't want you to stay, and you got to leave, and all that, and bam, 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 4 days ago. So we went from, yes, you can stay, in around April 1st, yep, you got a place to live for years, to, you got to get the hell out 4 days ago. Yeah, like I said, it's not about a bad guy here, but there are no apartments to rent in this town. I'll tell you guys some more of the feelings I'm getting, and I know a lot of people out there are feeling the same thing. Let me take you a look around the place, though. This is my kitchen. This is why I love this place. This is my living room. The owner has already moved out, so the main house next door is empty. So this is pretty much like, I'm the only one living here right now. It's a beautiful place, and I got a view of the whole town looking down there. I'm actually kind of spoiled here. So this is just a little bit of it. As you can see, I was hoping just to sit and relax for a day or two, like Saturday and Sunday, seeing as it was going to rain. I can't. The anxiety is overwhelming. So I started taking my artwork down. I've started putting things aside. This was my art room and gallery. And as you can see, all the paintings are... It's not a good feeling. In my bedroom. And then I had a whole basement down here too. I had it good here. This was one of the best rental properties in town. The landlord knew me, and I think she knew my recovery and everything, and she knew I was a dependable guy. I've always paid my rent. Even when I was in addiction, I paid my rent. And we've had a good rapport ever since. A whole full bathroom, a whole full basement, half bath. You know, and this is what I'm leaving. And this door down here opens up. You know, like I said, and this has been all mine for the last year. They moved out, you know, so I've had it really good here. And there's my deck up above. It's all landscaped. Yeah. So then, as I told you guys in the last video, I went to look at this old apartment for basically the same price I'm renting here, $1,100, except it's trash strewn all over the front door, missing storm windows, doors. So going from this for $1,100 to that is quite a shock. So I had to turn down the other place. But I've got a few applications in for, especially one for a condo that I'm really hoping for with a garage, and I'm going to see how that goes after this holiday weekend. All right, let me tell you guys a little more. Okay, I've never been evicted from a place, even going back. Hold on a sec, let me clean the camera. This is going to be messy. Sorry about that. All right, I've never been evicted from a place. I'm 55 years old. Even in my addiction, I paid my rent. This is the fifth time that the apartment I'm renting, the building is sold, and I'm given 30 days to move out. It's happened in my 30s, it happened in my 40s, and now it's happening in my 50s. That's why I've been saving money. You know, like I said, I probably have enough for a 20% down payment now. But in this market, you know, this is up until 5 days ago. You know, I was on top of the world. My life going great and everything. For those of you that don't know what this feeling is like, this is the main purpose of this video. Let me tell you what this feels like. You know, this is my home. It's been my home for 6 years. And I can't do this anymore. Let me explain it to you. When I was notified Wednesday, it stopped being my home. I know it's no longer my home. Like I said in yesterday's video, there's no point in putting stuff away anymore. There's no point, you know, everything's just going to get packed. This is no longer my home. And the scary thing is, I don't know where my next home is. I am homeless in my head right now. And it's almost like living in a hotel room, except in a hotel room, you would have the option to get another week or another month, you know, if you had the money. And this is even worse than that. This is almost homelessness. Because the next buyer wants me out ASAP, you know, starting legal proceedings. You know, I don't know the new buyer, so like I said, I don't want to paint them as the evil one in this whole picture. It's this whole like into everyone's life, a little rain must fall. Well, I guess it's my time. Like I said, up until 4 days ago, you know, everything in my life was perfect, and it still is. I'm very glad that I've had 14 and a half years of recovery to get to a solid place in my recovery where I feel strong and confident. Like I told you guys, I went to see that other apartment that had garbage strewn all over the yard. Not even to mention that, just out of sheer coincidence, I had lived there back in my addiction in the 10, 20 years ago. And it was supposedly remodeled, but it was still a mess. And so I'm faced with this panic of being homelessness. I should have about 30 days to find another place, but, you know, should I take this place? Should I just grab it so I can get rid of this anxiety of being homeless? But I know if I take that place, it's going to be bad for me. I'm going to dread waking up in that place every day. I'm going to remember using in every spot in that house. There's even a good chance that the people I used to use with, the gangs, the clubs, the people, still think I live there. That's why I was very happy that when I moved here years ago, so that I could make a clean break and people couldn't find me. I'm glad I'm at this place in my recovery where I feel confident in myself and I know what I deserve. And it's hard because I have other people, realtors, and even family or whatever, everybody around me saying, the market's terrible, Daryl. Are you sure you want to turn anything down? Just grab it, if it's a closet, grab it. Because, on first examination, there was no apartments, nothing to buy, even with a down payment, even being a first-time home buyer with all these programs and everything, nothing. And I'm glad I'm in a place in my recovery where I know what I deserve and I'm confident in myself that I will find myself another apartment. So today is the fourth day. And like I said, this is an anxiety that I feel every morning as soon as I wake up. You start, the clouds, the dreams start to fade, and all of a sudden you start thinking about what day it is, and then bam, it hits me. It's this anxiety. Oh my God, this isn't your home anymore. You don't have a home. Today is going to be all about, today is going to be a race in searching on the internet, talking to real estate people. When I'm not doing that, packing, cleaning, talking to myself, and this is my reality every day. It's nerve-wracking and it's an anxiety-filled day. The worst part though is the feeling of homelessness. I know there's a roof over my head right now, but this stopped being my home Wednesday. There's with no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm out that door in 26 days. And right now there's no other door to go in. And this, up until 4 days ago, I didn't see this coming. As little as to a couple months ago, I was told that I could stay here for a couple more years. This is how quick the tide can turn, and I know there's a lot of other people out there in the same position. All right, so that's where I'm at today. I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to share with you guys. I'm trying to share with you guys every day my progress, and it's good for me too. And I love your comments. Keep your comments coming, because I don't take joy. I don't get any happiness in other people suffering, but at least I don't feel alone. All right, you guys, have a good Memorial Day weekend.